Stephen Pressfield and the War of Art. Resistance will tell you anything to keep you from doing your work. It will perjure and fabricate. It will seduce you. Resistance is always lying and always full of shit. Stephen Pressfield. Introduction: You versus resistance. There's a war you've been fighting, but no one ever handed you a map. No flags, no uniforms, no clear enemy. Just you and this suffocating weight, this ache, this strange paralysis that creeps in the moment you try to create, commit, or change. You call it procrastination, distraction, burnout. But Stephen Pressfield calls it by its true name: resistance. You want to start a business, write the book, record the podcast, leave the job, tell the truth. But instead, you scroll, you wait, you rehearse your excuses like lullabies. And some days you wonder, was I ever meant to do anything meaningful at all? You were. But first, you have to win the war within. Let's begin. Part 1. The enemy has no face, but it lives in yours. Stephen Pressfield says, resistance will reason with you like a lawyer, seduce you like a lover, and shame you like a parent. It's not external. It's not your parents, or the algorithm, or capitalism. Not even your anxiety. It's the voice behind the voice, the shadow behind your ambition. It says, later. It says, you're not ready. It says, let's watch one more video just to relax. But it's not helping you rest. It's helping you rot. Because resistance is subtle. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It disguises itself as logic, comfort, humility. But make no mistake, it's the enemy of your soul's expansion. And its mission is simple: keep you small. Part 2. The personal dimension. The life you live versus the life inside you. You are two people. The one you live as and the one still unlived. The gap between them, that's where resistance lives. You dream of building something real, of feeling proud, of contributing, healing, changing the world, if only a little corner of it. But the moment you sit down to try, your chest tightens. Suddenly you're hungry, or tired, or not inspired. Pressfield says, it's easier to start a war than to face a blank canvas. And that's not a joke. That's a warning. Because avoidance grows like mold in the places your purpose is meant to bloom. Your fear isn't proof that something is wrong. It's proof that something is sacred. Pressfield says, the more scared we are of a calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it. So if it terrifies you, write it, sing it, build it, become it. Part 3. Resistance and the collective dream. But it's not just personal. Resistance has scaled. It's institutional now, woven into society. Every time you're taught to second-guess your gut, to prioritize performance over truth, to worship productivity over presence, you're being trained by resistance itself. Scroll culture isn't just about dopamine. It's about keeping you from depth, from stillness, from that uncomfortable silence where your soul might speak up. Pressfield warns us, resistance will bury you under a mountain of distraction, addiction, and drama, because it knows once you're still, you might hear the call. And the system benefits when you never answer it, when your gifts stay dormant, when you play the role, but never become the artist. Part 4. The mythological symbol. The crab in the bucket. There's a line in the war of art. The highest treason a crab can commit is to make a leap for the rim of the bucket. Try to leave the bucket, try to start your project, change your life, break the loop, and suddenly the other crabs get nervous. They'll pull you back, call you arrogant, make you question your leap. You've seen this myth play out 1,000 times. In friend groups where dreams are mocked, in families where security is worshipped, in workplaces where risk is punished. But mythology reminds us, every hero is first a heretic. Every artist is first alone. Every truth bearer is first laughed at, and still, they leap. Because deep down, they know. You don't escape the bucket by arguing. You escape it by rising. Part 5. The call to go pro. So how do you rise? You turn pro. Not in your skill, in your soul. A professional, says Pressfield, shows up daily, fear or not. Does the work, praise or not, plays for keeps. The amateur waits for inspiration. The pro creates space for it to arrive. Every single day. You don't wait to feel like it. You become the kind of person who does it anyway. Because turning pro is not about fame, it's about fidelity to the work, to the truth, to the version of you still trying to be born. A pro is not perfect, but is consistent. He knows that resistance will always be there, so he builds a life around defeating it. Are you willing to do that? Not just dream, but show up. Not just believe, but build. Not just imagine, but execute. Part 6. The sacred act of creative defiance. Every act of art, of building, truth-telling, healing, daring, is an act of holy rebellion against resistance. And it matters. Because as Pressfield reminds us, creative work is not a selfish act. It's a gift to the world. Don't cheat us of your contribution. This is not just about you. When you rise, others rise. When you dare, others remember they can. When you stop waiting, others start moving. You don't have to change the whole world. Just don't betray the part you were meant to touch. The one person you might inspire. The one message only you could say. The one light only you could bring. And it won't be easy. It never is. But the pain of purpose is always better than the comfort of regret. So sit down, stand up, pick up the pen, open the mic, start the call, take the leap. Resistance will not stop you unless you let it. Part 7, this very moment. Stephen Pressfield says, this very moment we can change our lives. There never was a moment, and never will be, when we are without the power to alter our destiny. That power is in your hands, right now. Not when you feel ready. Not when the fear is gone. Not when the timing is perfect, but now. The door between who you are and who you could become is not locked, it's just heavy. But you're strong enough to push it open. So go, do the work, fight the war, and win. The war of art isn't about beating others, it's about becoming yourself. And that is the greatest victory of all.